Hi there, I'm Lisa Starr. I'm the educator with Grow Well with We Work Well. And I'm here today talking to Roger Sholanki, the CEO and founder of software system Book4Time. Many of you are familiar with Book4Time. It runs, I'm sure, thousands of spas and salons throughout the world. And we were really interested to hear from Roger since he has a subscription-based business and most of our businesses are closed. Love to hear about how this COVID is affecting Book4Time and how they are managing around it. So welcome, Roger. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Lisa. Nice to be here.
Great. So as I said, you're in the office there in Ontario by yourself.
That's right. I'm alone. Our staff's been working from home since mid-March.
How's that going?
It's interesting. I mean, we're in the tech business, so everybody's connected.
Mm-hmm.
They are fully functional from home, which has been good for us because most of our work is done on computers, so it makes it easier, and we're using a lot of technology. So from that perspective, it's been good, but it's been it's challenging for some of our staff just to adjust as well for that.
And of course, many of your clients are probably not open, or what's the status of that?
Yeah, essentially, we went from it's interesting. We had mid-March. It was a time when everybody had to stop businesses and our server utilizations. We're hosted in 3 different regions for different clients. We're in over 80 countries. It just fell to like 95% droppage to like percent using it. So yeah, it was really interesting to see that drop. And up until now, right now, it's still because all the businesses are closed. Our clients aren't processing any transactions. Other than some gift card sales might go through, or they're running reports, but it's very, very low usage right now.
So what is your support staff doing, while they're working from home?
So we have our support team is our first level support team is in Manila. And so in Manila, there's a lockdown as well, but they are also working from home. And then we have, so everybody in Manila that we've kept on. And then we had our second level support here and our training. So our projects, we had about just a little under about 95 something active onboarding projects that were going on. So these are new implementations. And that came to a halt to about, I think we're at about 20 right now.
Wow.
That are active. And then we have so what we did is for our trainers in Toronto and some of the support staff here, we furloughed them until activity picks up again. And that's to save some money to make sure we can weather through this.
So what happens to subscription fees and cash flow for you in this kind of situation?
So one of the, so our business model, there are different types of software as a service companies out there. Fortunately, we're on a annual license fee. So our contracts are typically 3-year terms, and our clients pay us because we're dealing with primarily hotel resort clients. And they have budget cycles, so they pay in advance for 12 months of usage. And we don't monetize on transactional revenue, which has been a blessing because, I've talked to some of my peers who do have businesses on transactional, and it makes it a lot difficult because you're no longer monetizing on transactions, right? So for us, it's been, what we've done is for anybody who has renewals in the next 90 days, so our April invoices that went out, we were offering 20% relief discount for clients who are able to pay on time, and then those clients who need more time to pay, we're giving them a 90-day relief on that.
That's very generous.
Yeah, and so that's been so far that's working well for us. And as I said, like our clients are, even though they're closed, many of these are big brands, that have the financial staying power more so than an independent business owner.
Sure.
Right? So in that way, it really depends on who we're dealing with. Some clients, opt to pay in advance. Some of them want a little bit extra time. So we're just working through that.
Sounds like it's been beneficial to have a diversity of clients in your base.
Absolutely.
So you have the different options.
Absolutely, yeah. it's interesting. We're doing daily company huddles as well with our team. So at 4:30, we all, bring up on Zoom, and we're getting update on different
Hmm.
departments and what we're doing. And one of the things I'm sharing with everybody is, our system usage across different regions and countries. And one of the things we're starting to see in China, their usage is going back up.
Good to
So
see.
that's a good trend up. And just from what we're seeing here, I think we're probably another 60 to 90 days out for North America.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what we're thinking. But again, even though business is going to open up, it's going to take time to build up the
For
volume.
sure. Is it really helpful to have that call every day with your staff? How do they react to that?
It's been great. We've always had a very transparent policy here, so it's really important for people to understand what we're doing in this time, how we're working with our clients, as well as our financial health we're sharing with our staff as well. So everybody's on the same page, and so far it's been great. And we're getting into different. We're even doing, like, on Fridays we're toasting happy hour, so it's it also helps build some of the connectivity that you don't get when you're social distancing, right?
Well, we always had this sort of ability to teleconnect, but many of us, especially I think in the spa industry, we prefer the personal, but we've been thrust into it and we find out it's not so bad. It's certainly better than just the audio. We do like the visual. So what's your team been working on? Do you have behind the scenes work they're doing in this kind of downtime?
Yeah, we actually we're using this opportunity because we've had a lot of most of our clients are larger enterprises, and they've come with here, I need this feature, I need this feature. So we had a backlog of things that, from a product point of view, that we need to catch up on. So this has been good in a way, because it's giving us a little bit of breathing room. So we're like, we haven't furloughed any of our product or engineering teams, so they're working full speed.
That's great.
And we're getting our next release out. That's coming out in July, and that's going to have a lot of new features in there. We're actually adding some capabilities to help clients deal with COVID as well, post when they open up. So things like touchless experiences. So, for example, instead of sitting in a room and filling out a form in front of other folks, or the strangers, you can do this in the privacy of your home on your mobile device before you arrive. When you physically arrive, being able to, on your phone, check in and then check out, self-checkout, right? So there's less human interaction happening. So we've been soliciting this with some of our key accounts, and generally the feedback's been really good. So
that sounds really interesting. So they do the intake form on, maybe even on their mobile device before.
Yeah, exactly, on their mobile device before you even arrive, so you don't have to wait in the room filling out anything, right? So it's just more safer.
That's sounds like a great thing to work on during this time when your engineers are available and they don't have, other competing needs. Anything else you've rolled out for client support?
We are launching a new online booking platform as well in July as well. We have a completely new user interface that we're launching in our core platform as well in July. So a lot of new enhancements coming there. And plus, we're doing a lot of casino interfaces and things like that, where we're seeing a lot of activity still as well for us.
So did I see somewhere that you had posted that you have some training webinars coming available?
Yes, we have a series of webinars. I think our first one starting this Friday. And what we're doing there is different topics to help our clients on different topics to help us client ramp up as they come back, right? So we're testing it out this Friday. I know a lot of within our client base, a lot of the corporate offices are still furloughed staff out there, but we still had I think we have a pretty good sign up for this Friday, so we'll see how that goes. And we'll be running that over, and then we're going to do some more right through. So there'll be boot camps on different topics.
Like what? What sort of topics do you see?
So, like, for example, on scheduling different types of bookings, how to check out appointments, with upsell items. We're looking at our guest intake product, for example. Some of our clients haven't been using it. So again, how do you set it up so that clients can complete their forms before they arrive. So a variety of things like that. We have some discounting capabilities in our product, so refresher on that. So a lot of the topics that we normally would cover in our training that we're trying to give more refresher throughout that. Features like turnaway tracking, yield management that we have in our product. So areas where we see the adoption hasn't been as good, we want to make sure people really understand the capabilities. And so when they're back, if they can use it, they're equipped to do that.
That sounds like a really smart idea. So Roger, as a business owner, manager, operator, what do you see any silver lining in this whole episode we're going through?
I do actually. I think it's going to be interesting. It's interesting as I've talked to other folks, how people, take in wellness and some of the trends that they're going to they think, like I've talked to some of our clients and what they're seeing, and it kind of makes sense. And one of them is really around, social distancing. So even when the spas are open, those who do classes, for example, the general consensus is it's going to take a while for group activities to really catch on. And more people will opt for one-on-one, like massages and facials are more essential. Their services are generally more sanitary as well, than sitting in a large class, right? So in that respect, I think, for us, that's a good news, because most of our business is spas, and we don't do a lot of the classes and things like that. So I think from that angle, I think it's a good thing for us. We're actually, even like this month, we've had some new sales. So there are clients out there still buying, so which is good too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, another thing is, like, if you look at this time right now, I think the big thing with a lot of businesses is, when you're physically not in the office, and you need to run payroll, you need to do your analysis and things like that. You can't do that if your software is locked up, in your office, right? And so being cloud has also been a good thing for us, where we're working with some accounts that are going to speed up the conversions once they're back, which is really good for us too. So I think, from that angle, I'm optimistic that, once the businesses are back, we should be able to get to as close as we were so quickly as possible.
That would be great. And I love what you said about clients being more open to single services in treatment rooms, because of course that's the core of the business for most of us. Well, thank you again, Roger, from Book4Time. It sounds like you're making great use of your time, and we look forward to enhanced products from you this summer. Thanks again for contributing to this.
You're welcome, Lisa. It was nice talking to you, and
you too.
Stay safe and healthy.
You as well. Thank you.
Okay. All right.